Before we dive into the article, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button if you found this content engaging. As a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, it's hard not to feel a sense of disappointment when thinking about the spin-off film Hobbs and Shaw. Uh, Released 5 years ago, the movie promised to delve into the stories of Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw, but it ultimately felt disconnected from the main series of uh, the Fast and Furious franchise has a history of uh, reintroducing characters in a way that feels authentic and captivating. Characters like Han, Deckard, and Cypher had unclear fates in the saga, but the sequels successfully wove them back into the plot. However, some characters, like Victor Locke, played by Ryan Reynolds, have been overlooked despite their potential within the franchise. Ryan Reynolds' portrayal of Victor Locke in Hobbs and Shaw was a delightful surprise. He seamlessly integrated himself into the cinematic universe, injecting his trademark humor and vibrant spirit into the narrative. And Locke's character served as the CIA agent who orchestrated the alliance between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw, compelling them to reconcile their differences and unite against a common adversary. Despite enhancing the spinoff, Locke has been conspicuously missing from all other Fast and Furious films since then. Uh, um, and the truth is that his character doesn't share any ties with Dom Toretto, the central figure in that franchise. In Hobbs and Shaw, he was simply Luke Hobbs' colleague with no interaction between him and Dom. Given Hobbs' absence from both F9 and Fast X, it wouldn't have made much sense for Locke to appear either. While the prospect of Hobbs and Shaw 2 is an exciting one, it's been quite some time since the original installment without a sequel announcement. Nonetheless, it doesn't necessarily rule out the possibility of Victor Locke making another appearance. The presence of Luke Hobbs in the end credit scene of Fast X might pave the way for Dwayne Johnson's return, but Reynolds' character is one of many wasted Hobbs and Shaw elements. The spin-off missed countless great opportunities, and it's not too unexpected that the Fast and Furious franchise hasn't leveraged the profitable aspect of Hobbs and Shaw. Initially, the spin-off was intended to delve into Luke and Deckard's stories while keeping them connected with the Fast and Furious series. However, the publicized disagreement between Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel appears to have complicated those plans. The off-screen arguments played a role in Johnson's brief departure from the Fast and Furious series, which significantly altered the course of Luke Hobbs's character moving forward. Without Hobbs around, there was no suitable setting for Victor Locke either. The disagreement caused significant issues for Fast and Furious, leading the writers to overhaul their long-term storyline. Hobbs and Shaw feels more disconnected from Fast and Furious than ever 5 years later. A spinoff has no real purpose anymore. Following 5 years of numerous script revisions, the direction of Hobbs and Shaw within the Fast and Furious series appears significantly altered to not only have Dwayne Johnson's and Jason Statham's characters return to the primary storyline, eliminating the need for these spin-offs, but there's even discussion about a standalone Hobbs movie in the future. This development seems to marginalize Deckard's character, taking him out of the spin-off and significantly decreasing the likelihood of a Hobbs and Shaw 2. In essence, it appears that the creators have been rethinking their strategies in the writer's room, which has seemingly displaced this untimely spin-off from the franchise. It was initially assumed that Hobbs and Shaw would stand alone, detached from the primary series. However, it's difficult to accept that the apparent neglect of significant side characters could have been part of the initial strategy. Characters like Victor Locke, introduced in Hobbs and Shaw, are a case in point, being sidelined due to the spin-off's lack of foresight. As the Fast and Furious franchise concludes with Fast and Furious 11, it's hard not to wonder what could have been if the creators had a clear plan for Hobbs and Shaw. And maybe we'll see Victor Locke make a comeback in a future spinoff or even a standalone film. After all, as the saying goes, you can't have too many Reynolds in one franchise. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,